Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving into something pretty amazing today.
Yeah, we're going to tackle Hanukkah.
Right. You guys sent in some really interesting stuff, and I have to say, I'm excited to kind of dig into all this. You know, like the whole story behind Hanukkah, the traditions, the food.
Oh yeah, the food.
The food, right,
Oh.
and how it's kind of evolved to be what it is in a modern context.
It's a long journey from ancient history all the way to today.
Okay, so let's rewind a bit. Back to the historical side of
Yeah.
things. We're talking like Seleucid Empire times,
Yeah.
right? What was going on back then? What was the scene?
Well, it was a pretty rough time, actually, for Jewish people.
Yeah.
The Seleucid Empire, you know, this guy Antiochus IV, he was... Epiphanes, right. He was really trying to stamp out Judaism and replace it with this Hellenistic culture. They even went so far as to desecrate the Second Temple in Jerusalem, which was, you know, the heart of Jewish worship.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then you have this small band of Jewish rebels, right? The Maccabees, led by Judah Maccabee, fighting for their religious freedom against this massive empire.
Yeah, a real underdog story.
It's a classic, right? It's like a movie.
Totally. And the crazy thing is, they actually pulled it off, I mean, against all odds. Taking back the Second Temple, it was a huge victory, not just like militarily,
Right.
but, you know, symbolically.
Yeah.
It was about reclaiming their faith, their identity.
Okay, so now we got to get to the miracle of the oil.
Right.
This is the part that's always kind of like blown my mind a little bit. Like, was there really only enough oil for one day? Or, you know, what are the different ways people interpret that story?
Yeah. That's a story that has just captured people's imagination for, I don't know, centuries.
Yeah.
Some folks, they take it literally. Others see it more as a metaphor.
Okay.
You know, that one little flask of oil lasting for 8 whole days. It's like a symbol, right? The resilience of the Jewish people, that ability to keep their faith alive, even when things are really, really dark. Finding light and hope, even when you least expect it.
You know, it's kind of like, when you think about it, it's like that last bit of energy you have to finish a project,
Uh-huh.
right? You think there's no way, but somehow you make it work.
Exactly. It's about that human capacity to push through, to find that strength, that inspiration, even when it feels impossible.
So how do we get from this historical event to the Hanukkah traditions that we know today? You know, you sent over some really cool info about the lighting of the menorah or the Hanukkah. Tell me, what's the big deal with that?
Oh, the menorah. That's really at the heart of Hanukkah. Lighting it each night, you had a candle, you know, with the shamash.
Yeah.
It's like a visual reminder, you know, of the miracle, of the light growing stronger with every passing day.
And putting it in the window,
Yeah,
right, for everyone to see. It's like, it's making a statement, isn't it?
totally. It's like you're declaring your faith, your identity. You're sharing that miracle, that message of hope. And, you know, especially when you think about it, you see menorahs lit up everywhere, all over the world.
Yeah.
It's a powerful symbol of Jewish pride and resilience.
Okay, let's talk about some of the other traditions. You mentioned some prayers, like the Shechianu and the Hallel. Can you explain what those are exactly?
Sure. So the Shechianu is a prayer. It's all about gratitude, thanking God for bringing you to this moment, you know. And the Hallel, well, that's a bunch of psalms, praising God, usually recited during festivals, happy times, like Hanukkah.
Okay, got to get to my favorite part now. The food.
Haha, I figured.
You sent over some really fascinating articles about the connection between Hanukkah and dairy.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me more about that.
Yeah.
And what's the deal with all the frying in oil?
Well, it's all symbolic, right?
Right.
Frying things in oil. Latkes, sufganiyot, you name it. It ties right back to the miracle of the oil. And then there's the story of Judah. She was this incredibly brave woman, and she outsmarted an enemy general with cheese and wine, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a story about, you know, strength, cunning, a Jewish woman who saved her people. And somehow that story became part of the whole Hanukkah tradition.
It's amazing how food can be like a story, you know. And this one is all about like courage, resilience, outsmarting the bad guys.
Oh,
which, I mean, totally fits the Hanukkah theme.
Totally.
Oh, and of course, we can't forget about the dreidel.
Oh, the dreidel. It's like
yeah.
a fun way to connect with history. Each Hebrew letter on that spinning top, it stands for a word in the phrase, a great miracle happened there. It's playful, but it's a reminder of why we celebrate.
Yeah, yeah. And then there's the gifts and the gelt, right?
For the kids.
It's interesting how Hanukkah often gets compared to Christmas, happening around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's fair to call it like a Jewish Christmas?
That's a comparison people make a lot, especially in places where both holidays are celebrated. But, Hanukkah is really its own thing. It has a unique history, spiritual significance. It's about overcoming adversity, the power of faith. And it's a reminder, I think, of how important it is to hold on to your identity, your culture.
That's a good point.
Right.
So Hanukkah is more than just like latkes and presents.
Oh, way more.
Right. It's this story that has stuck with people.
Yeah.
For centuries and still inspires today. What do you think? How might someone who isn't Jewish connect to the themes of Hanukkah?
Well, I think the ideas of resilience and hope, fighting for what you believe in, finding that light in dark times, those are universal, aren't they? Hanukkah reminds us that even small acts of courage or faith can make a difference.
That's a really powerful message to remember, no matter who you are. Well, thanks for taking this deep dive with us into Hanukkah. I hope you all learned something new or maybe see this holiday in a different light. And here's something to think about. What are some of the small miracles or acts of resilience you've seen in your own life? Keep exploring, keep learning, and we'll see you next time.
See you then.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.